Welcome everyone. It has been a fun-filled day. It is the Arthur J. Gallagher Charity Classic, all in support of the True North Youth Foundation. And we are so happy to have Mark Shipman here. And Mark, you know what? It's been a beautiful day, all for a great cause. So, you know, besides the Jets, as the city now has embraced, but the foundation, the True North Youth Foundation, is truly something that's really giving back and, you know, has created some real inroads too.
Yeah, we have. I mean, it's been many years now, sort of in the making, and but it's really accelerated. You know, since we rejoined the NHL and really raised our profile and our ability to raise funds, and so we've, you know, there was a great sort of platform that we built in the years prior to the NHL, but we've really been able to crank it up over the past 7 years.
Oh, I know. So we'll get to what is now the True North Youth Foundation, but I was talking to Kevin Nealis from Gallagher, and we were talking about the Moose and the Moose yearling days and how important it was. And I guess for you, Mark, now when you look back at it and all that you've accomplished, I guess things that you've learned, and I guess, you know, how does that make you feel?
You know, I'm mostly just really gratified. You know, it's been so humbling and gratifying. Like, I get to see, for example, Camp Manitou pretty regularly, and you know, I have the sort of the benefit of being able to walk through there every day, and it's really remarkable you know, what we've been able to accomplish there in a relatively short period of time. You know, we've really been able to enhance the camp, but more importantly, just the number of kids we've been able to host has really expanded dramatically in the last few years. So, yeah, I guess when I look at all our programs, our hockey program's going to be like 850 kids this year, which I remember our first class of 25, and back in those Moose days. So that's really cool. And then this past spring, seeing our first graduating class of kids that have been with us from the beginning that graduated high school. And that, and you know, the work that that Susie does with and Zinger does with Project 11, that's continuing to grow. So events like this allow all of that to happen, and you know, so gratified that it's happening, and just very, very thankful that we've had the benefit of like this particular event for so many years now.
Oh, I know. And so, I mean, you've always do have a vested interest in the city. But I mean, even when we talk about family too, Mark, and family is really, truly so important. The way, though, that I think our city has embraced not only the Jets, but the True North as an entity too, is really something to speak about too.
Yeah, it's been, you know, it's like I never, you know, the shutout of True North at our games never gets old. It's still, you know, makes the hair stand up on my arms, and even thinking about it right now does, you know. So I think, you know, I think people are, you know, we've been doing this for a long time. This is our going into our 23rd year, and I think people maybe have come to realize that we're, you know, we're trying to do the right things when we can, and it's not just about playing hockey, and it's obviously a huge part of it, but there's a huge responsibility that comes with running a professional hockey team in a Canadian market, and I think all the Canadian teams understand that, and we're just part of that movement. You know, that we're trying to make people feel good about their community.
Yeah, and now if we look at Project 11 and mental health, I mean, it is in the forefront now, and it's just not only for adults, but it's for young kids. So this is really grassroots, and it is like expanded by leaps and bounds. Has that surprised you?
I guess in some ways yes, in other ways no. I mean, I think what I've learned about it, and one of the things we've really tried to do is just destigmatize the subject and make it, you know, a lot easier for people to talk about the subject, and even, you know, at an earlier age, and not just to talk about it, but to, you know, that program was designed to not only help kids who are starting to have the capacity to understand those feelings, but to also help their peers spot, you know, the challenges, the signs that kids at that age can start to exhibit. So you know, I'm surprised because it was started so small, but I'm not surprised that, you know, we put a lot of time into developing the program, and when you take a good program and you put it in the public education system and you let the experts there put it to work, not surprising that it's grown as quickly as it has.
And the players themselves, though, have become, you know, really have embraced it. And I think, obviously, they have that star power for the kids, but I think a lot of them really take it to heart.
Yeah, they do, and we were fortunate. We had some great leadership in that respect when Mark Stewart jumped in with us early on and kind of became, you know, our spokesperson for it from the team, and he was a real leader on our team. So I think other players took notice, and you know, again, it took a little while for people to get comfortable with, but now it's a subject that more and more people, including our players, are very comfortable talking about, and they're not, you know, our players are just people. They're not immune to the, you know, to the challenges of mental illness or mental wellness, and so it's especially our young guys seem to really be embracing it.
Yeah, and for yourself, on a personal note, I mean, this has all been such an incredible journey for you, not only yourself, but, you know, for True North and your organization. But for you, Mark Chipman, did you ever, in your wildest dreams?
No.
No.
No, never. You know, I mean, I think like every kid growing up playing hockey, you dreamt about playing the game at this level. But no, I never ever imagined being involved in it in this capacity at this level. I joke with my friends about it often, and you know that someday somebody's going to come and knock on the door and tell me, you know, that the joke's over, get out. But yeah, I just kind of try and take it one day at a time, and as I said, be very grateful for the opportunity to be involved in our great game like this, and even more grateful to be able to, you know, use what we do to create some momentum in our community in some positive ways.
Well, and I guess the true testament was the playoffs. Oh my goodness. I mean, there's not one person that could not stop talking about it, and I'm sure that whole momentum must have really affected you and the organization.
Yeah, you know, and I didn't really appreciate it while it was going on. I just you get so wound up into the you know, into the game process, and you know, obviously you could get a sense of it, but I never really fully appreciated it until afterwards, and you know, the comments that I got from friends and family and from all, you know, from so many different places, guys I went to school with, you know, years ago in the States, you know, just the amount of texting and emails and stuff from, you know, from around North America was really something.
Well, no, it. I think we all felt it, and I mean, there's no more person to deserve better than you, with all the hard work. And you know, days like today too, when we see a beautiful day, proceeds to a great charity, it I think spells another winning season. And I don't want to ask you that question because I know that is the big question right now. But
no, I'm glad you asked the question, actually, because it gives me an opportunity to, you know, we got to get into play. We got to get in first, and remind people of how difficult that is. And you know,
a long season.
It's a long season, and I was reminded just the other day of something Daryl Sutter said to me. You know, after they'd won the Stanley Cup, and I congratulated him when he was coaching in LA at the time, and he said, you know, getting in's the hardest part, and I've you know, after 7 seasons, I've learned that to be the case. Once you get in, anything can happen.
Yes.
It's getting in, and there's 30 other teams that are trying to do the same thing, and they're well run, and there's lots of smart guys around the league trying to win. So, job number one is just to get in.
Oh, well, our fingers are crossed. We know we love the Jets, and we love all the things that True North Youth Foundation and True North Foundation as a whole are doing for the city. So another great day, and I'll win. Thanks so much.
Life is good, huh?
Yeah, life is good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
all right, don't go away. We're going to go to the live cam, and when we come back, we will have 2 Jets right here, sitting right here in the seats.
more exact than that, so. Okay, I thought I was more exact than that, but I am. It was like a jinx that you said to me.
Why? You said, no, I'm more exact than that.
I hit a low streamer. I'm right in front of the bunker.
Well, we're wrapping up our coverage here at the Arthur J. Gallagher Charity Golf Classic, all in support of True North Youth Foundation at the Niagara Country Club. What a long intro, but we're wrapping it up in a big style. We've got Eric Comrie, Nikolai Ehlers from the Jets here, and guys, I guess you didn't get to golf. What were you doing?
I was practicing and sleeping. I don't know about Nick, but I was trying to get ready for the camp.
I had practice too this morning, and I just went home, had some food, relaxed.
Relaxed, and yeah, you had to make your show here. All right, so we had mentioned the True North Youth Foundation, more importantly, Project 11. Nick, we saw you at the first ever presentation, earlier this winter. What was that like for you?
It was good. I wanted to be a part of this, and I think my second year, Mark Stewart, took me in and showed me how it was working, and I loved it. So, last year was just another step. Had some really fun with those kids, and it just, you try to be there and show them that everything's going to be good, everything's going to be okay, and everybody goes through it. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, I think that's the main thing, is that you're not alone. Eric, for yourself now, getting to know Project 11 too and becoming more involved, what's the process been like for you?
I mean, it's been awesome. It's my third year now at the Project 11. I've done numerous amounts of school visits. I've got to run through the curriculum a lot actually with the school, and it's been so much fun. I mean, just seeing how the kids react to it, how much it brightens up their day, and how much they really enjoy the program. Even going with Susie to the classes, they love Susie. I mean, I've never seen kids love someone so much when she comes in the classroom. It's really exciting to see how happy they are when they react.
Well, and it's interesting because they all, first of all, know you as Jets stars, but I mean, what have been some of the more memorable questions? I guess I'll start with you, Nick, that you've been asked.
Well, they all ask kind of the same things. If we go through some hard times and how we deal with it, and I mean that's the point of it. We're role models in their eyes,
Yes.
and to let them know that their role models are going through the same stuff that they are, I think that's helping them a lot, and that's why we're doing this. So it's exciting. It's really, really fun.
Oh yeah, and to just put a light on that, everybody, we're all human, right? We make mistakes or things happen. I guess for you, Eric, if you think about when you were that age, did you think about pressures and stress like that?
Oh, for
Or
sure.
was there? Yeah.
100%. I mean, there's always been, your whole life there's always pressure and stress. I mean, it's human nature. It's what you go through every single day. And I think the program does, the curriculum at school does an amazing job just telling you how to deal with it. I wish I had that when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been so much better to learn about how to deal with it instead of just not knowing that everyone's going through it, being alone almost. Now that everyone's talking about it, and it really brings a good communication to the forefront, it's a really exciting process to get to see.
Yeah. Oh, and you know what? It's really cool too because you guys are putting a face to things and being more involved in the community. Nick, now for you, I guess, how was summer, and then how does the change happen from summer now to work?
Well, I've done it before.
Yeah, well, I know.
So it's gonna be exciting. I've been excited to come back and get the season going, and with this weather right now, it's pretty exciting.
Oh my goodness. And for you, Eric, too, coming back here, and then especially on the hype, how we ended off last year, I mean, for all of us, it was a win-win, and just going through the playoffs. I mean, this year, is there an extra excitement, do you think?
I definitely feel it. I mean, just going around the city, I think people are really excited about the Jets this year. They really expect big things, and I think that's what you want. I think the higher your expectations, the more it brings out of yourselves, and I think that now that we have those expectations going into this year, we're going to perform to even a new level, and I'm really excited to see that happen.
Yeah, and I guess seeing old friends and seeing teammates back makes it all it puts it all into perspective on what the goal is.
For sure. We went far last year.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
all these guys, we're a young team. we're not just satisfied with what we did last year. Nobody in the league is going to be satisfied with how they did last year. So we're ready to be back, you know, to start a new season and hopefully make another run.
Well, we hope so too. Before we wrap things up, Eric, you know, words of, I guess, wisdom and you know, for all the kids out there too, because everybody's hockey
For sure.
season is starting now
Yeah.
too.
I mean, really for hockey, it's the biggest thing is to have fun. When you're having fun on the ice, you're playing your best. When you're stressed, you're nervous, you're gripping your stick tight, that's when things don't go right. When you're out there just having fun, enjoying the game, and just playing free, that's when you're playing your best hockey, and I think that's at least when I play my best hockey for sure.
And for yourself, Nick?
Well, exactly the same. You know, the most important thing about any sport, about everything in life, is about to have fun. So if you're not having fun, then it's not gonna go well. So have fun out there, play the game.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys. Good luck in this season. You know what? It can only be better and bigger than last year.
For sure.
Sure.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, so that is our conclusion here at the Arthur J. Gallagher Charity Golf Classic, all in support of the True North Youth Foundation. Thanks to Eric and Nick. Cheer on, Go Jets, go during the season. And we'll wrap things off with a thank you to our sponsors.